Hello and welcome to our video where we will be showing you how to change the strap on your watch. Changing your watch strap is a relatively easy job that you can do at home with very few tools. Now, the tool that we'll be using is this one. This is a strap changing tool made by a company called Bergeon. It's the 6767, which is pretty much the industry standard tool. This one you can pick up online at Amazon or eBay for around $20, and it's just about the best watch tool that you can buy for this kind of money. There's also Chinese knockoffs, but we do recommend using quality tools because there's nothing better than using a good tool and making sure that there's no scratches or problems when you're changing your watch strap. What you'll see is that the tool has two ends, one with a pointy end and the other one is a little fork. Now, for changing a leather watch strap or even rubber, it makes very little difference. You'll be using this fork end. It's a tiny little fork. And if you're picking up one of these tools, you'll notice that there's different sizes available, at least different sizes forks. This one is a fine. The benefit of fine is that it's also usable with metal bracelets. You also have bigger forks, which are more convenient when you're just changing strap. Both are fine, but for this video, we'll be using a fine tip. Changing your watch strap is done by removing the spring bar. Spring bar is a little metal rod that keeps the strap attached to your watch case. Here we go. This is a spring bar. As you can see, it's a metal rod with two springs that compress on either side. Your leather strap is fitted on here, and by decompressing the springs, you can fit it in between the lugs. These spring bars are relatively inexpensive, so if you're changing your strap and you notice there's some damage or it's very dirty, please just replace them, because honestly it's a $2 part that can cause a lot more damage to your watch. So if you're changing your strap and this looks damaged or bent in any way, please just replace it. Now, the watch I'll be exchanging the strap out is this one. It's the NTH Holland, which is our limited edition, of which we're very proud, of course. And the strap on there is a Mr. Tip Top leather strap, which looks absolutely amazing. He made this custom for this particular model. And it's very supple leather, so that also allows us to see the spring bar when we compress the leather strap a little bit. There you can see the spring bar. And that's what we'll be doing. We'll be taking the tool, using the little fork and decompressing the spring bar so you can take out the leather strap. It's as easy as that. Now, this strap is very soft and subtle, so you can easily get the tool in between the strap. Yours, especially when the watch is new, may be a bit more rigid, so please be careful. When changing your strap, you always put the watch down face first, so like this. The reason being, if you happen to make a scratch, it'll be on the back. Plus, most watch manufacturers actually put the lug holes towards the bottom of the watch rather than the top for convenience, and also because it wears more nicely. So there's really no good reason to exchange the strap with the bottom side down. What I'll be doing is I'll be putting down the watch and taking our tool with a little fork. Now, we do recommend using a well-lit area, just for convenience, because that's the thing to keep in mind. Stay calm, stay collected. There's no rush at all, because a scratch is usually much harder to remove. Never use excessive force. It's really something that can be done with very little force. Just stay calm and collected, and when in doubt, and that goes for anything in this tutorial, if your watch looks different or if you experience any sort of problem, just stop and contact customer service, or just don't continue if you're unsure about what to do. Our staff is always happy to help, and just don't rush anything and don't break anything. Now, what I'll be doing is taking this tool and I'll be pushing down the strap a little bit to expose the spring bar, and putting in the little fork and decompressing the spring bar. And there we go. It's a little bit tricky behind the camera, but if you're doing this, it's a bit more easy. Now, here you see the spring bar, and the leather strap. Now, a question that we get a lot is how about the buckle? Well, the convenient thing is that the buckle actually uses a very similar system to the strap. In fact, it features a spring bar. Here we go, and here we have a buckle, and as you can see, this is just another spring bar. So what you can do is take your strap, if you want to exchange the buckle, push it down a little bit, and just use your watch tool to decompress the spring bar and take it off. So exchanging the buckle is actually about as easy as removing the strap or replacing the strap. Speaking of replacing the strap, I'll be putting this one back on because I quite like it. I quite like the strap on this particular watch, so I won't be putting a different one on there. Now, as you can see, that's the lug hole. What you want to do is take the spring bar and insert it on the bottom side. There you go. And you put down the top on the bottom of the lug. Now, I'll be putting it back down again. And then you take the strap tool, decompress the spring bar and push it back in. Now, when you've done that, it may not click into place immediately. So before you wear it, please make sure that it's in place. Usually there's a bit of a click when you, there you go. I'm not sure if the microphone picked it up, but just wiggle it around until you hear the click. Now, I do need to mention that this watch has holes on the side, which are quite ideal to change straps, but I wanted to do it the proper way rather than the easy way in this particular case to show how it's done. If your watch actually has these holes, you can just simply push it in, take the spring bars out. It's way more convenient, but not every watch, or I'd say a very big minority of the watches actually have these lug holes. So as you can see, the strap is back on there, it's fitted, and just make sure that it's secured properly and you're good to go. Now, the main thing is please stay calm, and if you're doing this for the first time, don't practice on your very expensive new watch. I would highly recommend practicing on a cheap watch that you happen to have laying around, like an old Seiko or something that you've bought when you were 12 years old, or at least a brand that we don't stock. That would be best. But practice first on a cheap watch where a scratch won't matter, because you don't want to scratch up your new watch. And if it's a problem for you, you can always go to a jewelry shop, or we can exchange the strap for you. That's no problem at all. But then again, a lot of people are able to do this at home with very little effort. With some practice, you can do this in literally less than a minute with some practice. Now, don't take that as a challenge. Take your time, but it's easily done. And once you've got some experience, you'll be doing this to all your watches, because exchanging a strap is actually quite fun, and it gives your watch a whole new look. This watch is very pretty on a metal bracelet, but it looks stunning on this strap, I think. Anyway, I hope that this has helped you with your strap changing. If you have any questions at all, please get in touch with our customer service. We're always happy to help you with any watch related problem. Have a nice day.